Greetings everyone, this is Mr. Anderson. These are notes for Friday, April 10th, Math Studies. These are the notes for Section 7B, examples number 8 and 9, the only two that we didn't cover in class. I'm going to ask you to go ahead and get your study guides out and go through these examples with me. Example number 8 is the first thing that we're going to focus on, the first thing we'll address. It says, at what point on the graph of y equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 does the tangent have a gradient of 13? We learned the past couple of days that we can find the gradient at any point by taking the derivative at that point. Well, we're given, in this case, the gradient, and now we just need to find the point. So rather than doing evaluating, we're going to be doing some solving. First step, though, is going to have to be to find the derivative. So the first thing I'm going to do with y equals 2x squared plus 5x minus 3 is find the derivative. So here we go, y prime. I multiply 2, that exponent, times the coefficient, so 2 times 2 is 4. I drop that exponent by 1. I could, of course, write 4x to the first power, but no need here. The next thing is I have a 5x, and we spent time yesterday learning that the derivative of a linear term is just the coefficient. So we bring that exponent down. 1 times 5 is 5. Reduce that exponent by 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So 5x to the 0 power is simply just 5. We have our y prime now. The next thing we need to do is we need to say, hey, this is our gradient function. We can go ahead and set this equal to the gradient that we're given in the problem, in this case 13, and solve for x. Now this is a pretty easy linear equation to solve. How do we do it? We subtract 5 from both sides. When I do so, I get 4x is equal to 8. Lastly, I divide by 4. When I do that, I get x equals 2. Now, if the question said, hey, find the x-coordinate where the gradient is 13, oh, we'd be done. However, it does say at what point, and that tells me that they want an x and a y. So I need to plug in 2 back into my original equation, the one that I was given in the problem, and figure out what the y-coordinate of that point is. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll say 2 times 2 squared plus 5 times 2 minus 3. We just got to make sure we follow through with our order of operations. This means that the y value when x is 2 is 15. So the tangent line has a gradient of 13 at the point 2, 15. Okay? If you need to, go ahead and pause the video here, and people can continue to copy or back up as you need to. But if you're ready, let's move on to example number 9. Example number 9 says the tangent to a curve f of x equals 2x squared minus ax plus b at the point 2, 7 has a gradient of 3. Find a and b. Well, again, in example 9, like example 8, we're given the gradient, or we're given the slope. And I know that I can have a gradient function if I take the derivative. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take the derivative of f of x. I'll find f prime of x. However, this is the first time we've seen this. Look at how goofy these look without numbers. They got a and a b there, but it doesn't mean we're stuck. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's find f prime of x using that power rule that we've been working with for a couple days now. I take that 2, I multiply it by the coefficient, so 2 times 2 is 4. I reduce that exponent by 1. Now, here is where we're going to have to get a little tricky. We're going to have to remember some things. I have a linear term here. This has an exponent of 1. I multiply that by the a, and the x, or the variable, drops off, right? Because that's x to the 0 power then. So this really is going to be 4x minus a, and then b does not have a variable. That means it's a constant. And the derivative of a constant term, as we know, is 0. So I'm not going to put anything out here when I derive the last term there. The derivative of 2x squared minus ax plus b is 4x minus a. Works out pretty well. They tell me that the gradient is 3, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll say, hey, the gradient is 3 at some special x point. Now, it would be great if I knew what that x point was. The only thing I have to do is look here to find it. At the point 27, the gradient is 3. Well, that just kind of tells me my x value. Now I have another algebraic equation that I can solve. I can multiply 4 times 2 and get 8. I can subtract 8 from both sides to get a. Oops, excuse me. I made a mistake there. Negative 5 does not equal, well, it does equal negative 5, that's true, but in this case it equals negative a. And now I need to go ahead and divide both sides by negative 1, and when I do so I get a is equal to 5. All right. Now I need to go ahead and do a little bit more work to find b. So I'm just going to take a second. I'm going to rewrite the original function that I'm given in the problem, f of x equals 2x squared minus ax. But in this case, I'm going to put in the 5 that I know a is, right? So minus 5x plus b. All right, and now I likewise know that this thing passes through the point 2, 7. So one more time, I'm going to use that information. I know that the y value, or the f of x value, is 7, and I know that the x value is 2. Okay, so a little bit of manipulation here. I can figure out 2 times 2 squared. Hey, that's going to be 8. 5 times 2 is 10. Plus b, combine my like terms, 7 equals negative 2 plus b. And ladies and gentlemen, add 2 to both sides in order to figure out what b is, and in this case, b works out to be 9. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. You found a and b. The question doesn't ask us to, but if we needed to, we could rewrite that function. F of x equals 2 times x squared minus ax. A was 5 plus b, and b in this case is 9. All right, guys and gals, there we have it. At this point, we're done with the notes. You can go ahead and pause if you need to. Get down absolutely everything you need. I'm also going to post this video up on Schoology and make it available Friday, April 10th, so you could rewatch with headphones if you need to. Other than that, have a great rest of the day, great rest of the week, or a great entirety of your long weekend, because remember, we're not together on Monday as we have teacher workshops. That said, the quiz for 7B opens up today at 2 p.m. and it will be open till Tuesday morning at 7:30 p.m. Set a reminder in your phone, add something to your planner, do something so you know that you have that quiz available to you over that entire long weekend. Thanks for your time and have a great day. Ladies and gentlemen, I realized as I paused the video and was getting ready to upload here that I did make a tiny mistake at the very bottom. I don't want there to be any confusion. This function, f of x equals 2x squared minus 5x, not a, x. I wrote the wrong thing in there. So 2x squared minus 5x plus 9. Now you should be able to check everything else graphically. And one more time, let me bid you farewell. Thank you. Have a great day.